What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic CM. It's episode number 65, and today we are officially ending season 5 in the save in our second year in North London, where as you can see the board weren't exactly happy with how our second season ended. Obviously finishing in third place in the Premier League, 4 points behind the eventual winners Liverpool, winning a domestic cup double in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, our first trophies with the Gunners, but getting knocked out in the first knockout round of the Champions League by Real Madrid wasn't something the board was too happy with overall last season. But for the new season, they've decided to give us a massive transfer budget of £187.5 million. Huge budget to work with for our third season at the Emirates Stadium. But you know, as often, what comes with extremely big budgets? Extremely tough objectives. Do you remember last season? Reach the final of the Champions League and win a domestic double? Yep, it's gone up from that. Yep, you've got to do everything this season, Doxy boy. That's what the board has said to us. Win the treble in just our third season at the Emirates Stadium. Win the Premier League, retain the FA Cup, and win the Champions League. I mean, listen, it's an amazing budget. It's just shy of £200 million. We have got a fantastic Arsenal team that's just getting better and better. We are, of course, a 5-star side. But to be honest here, I really don't know whether we're good enough to win the treble. I mean, last year we won a domestic cup double. We finished 4 points shy of the eventual winners in the Premier League, Liverpool, though of course we knew of like 4 or 5 games to go. Any chance to win the title are basically gone. I think the reason we were able to compete last year a lot better, while we were able to win our first trophies with Arsenal, was of course the fact we really improved our squad depth in terms of quality. That's something we didn't have in Season 1, mainly because of course as we knew we would just take over in Arsenal. We needed to rebuild the squad and we weren't playing European football. But of course last season was different, going back into the Champions League and being asked to win the Premier League alongside the FA Cup as well. We needed a thicker squad. But for this season I've got no concerns over the depth, I've got no concerns over the quality of depth, but my real question is, are we good enough to challenge for a treble? Do we have enough superstars here? I mean, You could probably make a case that we do. I mean, we've got some really great players that are like 87 rated or high. We've got several of them. We've got the likes of Kieran Tierney, Boubacar Kamara, Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, of course, the talisman, but of course, as we know, he's still down with the ACL and won't see him for the start of the season. Of course, Luis Suarez, don't forget, the Golden Boot winner last year. But I don't know, like the treble, I think it might just be, again, a little bit too ambitious from the board. As you see, 4 players, their contract coming at the end of the season, the most noteworthy being Dolberg and also Guendouzi. But also Ari and B, a very good young talented centre-half we've got here as well. I just don't know whether the board are being a little bit too optimistic and too ambitious in Season 3, just like they were in Season 2. With the money they gave us, I did think, right, well, if we are going to need a new superstar, let's look at a position on the pitch where possibly we could do with an upgrade. And it's hard to say we should be upgrading this position when last year he won the Golden Glove and he was part of the best defensive record in the division. But as we know, he's now 32 years old. I wouldn't mind someone, if he's going to be the same age, is a step up in terms of quality to bail me out when my defence lets me down. I mentioned it at the very end of last season. I wouldn't be against the new goalkeeper for Season 3 here at the Emirates Stadium. And I had 2 names on my shortlist. And in the end, I decided to go with the option I thought was a little bit more realistic. Now, Gigi Donnarumma was the guy I teased at the end of last season. But right now, it seems like he's going to be a one-club player with Milan, or so it seems for now, whilst I know he's moved on in real life to PSG on a free transfer. He's only 26 years old. He's 92 overall, and at the moment it seems like he has no plans to leave AC Milan whatsoever. And if he was going to leave, you'd think he'd go to a much bigger European side than we currently are right now. You know, we haven't had a good record in Europe since we took over. We haven't won the Premier League yet. I don't think Donnarumma would take the step down from Milan to Arsenal at this point in the game. Obviously, because last year Milan won the Europa League. I just couldn't see it happen at 26 years old. And if he's been there still and he's not leaving yet, I don't think he'd leave to a club like Arsenal at this point in the game. But as for Jan Oblak, I thought this would be a little more realistic. The Slovenian is now 32. He's won La Liga with Atletico Madrid. I'd imagine at this point in the game, he's probably won a Copa del Rey as well. He's won the Europa League under Simeone as well. And at 32 years old, I'd probably imagine now he's looking for more of a challenge in the latter years of his career. And for the Gunners as well, I thought it made a little bit more sense realistically too. I just remembered the Petr Cech era, if you will, when the Gunners decided to bring Petr Cech from Chelsea to Arsenal. And of course, it didn't work out exactly how they were hoping, but they wanted to sign someone with more experience, someone that's won lots of things, someone that's won in Europe before as well. And I kind of just felt it made more sense from a realistic standpoint. Again, maybe you guys might disagree with that. As I always say, I do try and make the right decisions. Sometimes I will get them wrong. That's just how it is. I can't always get them right. But to me, I thought Oblak realistically was more of a realistic signing than someone like Donnarumma at this stage in the game. Again, if Gigi's showing no signs of leaving like he's done in real life, he's happy to stay at Milan for all the years so far. I think if he was to leave, he wouldn't go to a club like Arsenal, like where we are right now. Again, he'd probably move on to, again, a club like PSG or Real Madrid, for example. We're not at those sort of levels at the moment. So, yeah, I thought Oblak to me made a little bit more sense from a realistic standpoint. So he came in for £95 million. He's the highest rated goalkeeper in the game right now at 93 overall. So I'm very happy to bring him in. I like the fact he's now going to challenge himself, going from Atletico, winning all there is there domestically under Simeone, and now coming to England as well. So I'm very, very excited to see how he'll get on for us starting in place of Bernd Leno this season. And also, what is really interesting too, now I was contemplating buying a new centre-half for the new season. As you know, Ezri Konsa did his ACL last year, and when he went down, we had Ben White and Ben Godfrey as well, the Bens, as part of our back line, but we didn't really have like a good sort of cover, if you will. Arian B was okay, to be fair, in the games he played, but I wanted someone a little bit better. I was thinking about bringing John Stones back to England after he moved on to Real Madrid from Manchester City, but after Man City inquired about bringing him back to the Etihad, I thought realistically that was kind of cool, you know, him going to the Bernabeu for a few years and then coming back to Manchester City. So I think I'm going to leave that there and let Stones go to Man City for the realism of having him back at the Etihad Stadium. So yeah, very excited for the new season. And again, only Oblak has come in so far. We still have around £100 million in the budget, and there's still, again, a month worth of the transfer window to go. It's far from over, and I still think with the money we've got, we could bring in another superstar before it's all said and done. So Oblak in, he'd make his debut as well in the first game of the season, which was the Community Shield against Liverpool. Second time we've had a Community Shield in the series after season 3, where we faced, again, I think it was Liverpool, wasn't it? It was Manchester City in the Community Shield back in season 3 with Burnley after we won the FA Cup back in season 2. So this time, again, FA Cup winners of Arsenal, now taking on the Premier League winners Liverpool here in the Community Shield. As I always say, it's ordinarily a glorified friendly, unless we win it. And heading into the game, we saw Oblak make his debut again. He set up the first chance, well, Saka denied by Alisson as it was still 0-0, but right before the half an hour mark, we'll get ourselves in front. Emile Smith Rowe making it 1-0. Of course, broke his toe towards the end of last season, missed the FA Cup final. Thankfully, didn't miss him too much in our victory over the Red Devils, but he gave us the lead, made it 1-0, and then just a few minutes later, a quick-fire double for the Gunners. Luis Suarez playing a 1-2 with Bukayo Saka. You know I'm a sucker for a nice assist. That was glorious from our number 7 there, although I'm not too sure about the celebration. So, yeah, Arsenal 2, Liverpool 0, 2 goals in 5 minutes, and I was thinking, yeah, here we go, making a statement in this Community Shield here. Haven't won the Premier League yet. The board wants us to win it this season after we fell short last season. Let's make a statement. But Liverpool are the champions for a reason. Right before the break, after they went 2-0 down, they get themselves back in the game in half the deficit. Diogo Jota, the former Wolves man, making it 2-1 as the Portuguese winger puts Liverpool right back in the game. So 2-1 heading into half time. Our lead cut in half right before the break, and just past the hour mark, still leading by 1. Hoping for some more chances in the second, what was a really lively Community Shield. Bukayo Saka sent forward, gets around the back of the left back and smacks it in with the weaker right foot as well. And that's something I found with Saka as well. Like often, I don't know why, maybe it's the angles I'm shooting with, but sometimes he goes with his right instead of the preferred left. But he always seems to hit the target and always seems to get the goals as well. Saka makes it 3-1, gets his first in the Community Shield, makes it 3-1 to the Gunners, gives our 2-goal cushion back, and then with 18 minutes to go, oh my goodness gracious me, I did not expect that. With Suarez, I tried to catch Alisson out. As you might have seen, he just sort of crept a little bit to his right-hand side, shuffled his feet a bit too much to the right. I thought I'd try and catch him out with the cleanliness of that strike. My goodness gracious me, talk about putting your laces through it. Right into the back of the net, ripped that effort from range in what was our 4th goal in a 4-1 victory. So yeah, the Community Shield, is it a glorified friendly or is it a trophy? Well, because we won it, you know I'm going to say the latter. But either way, we start off with a win. That's the most important thing. It's the first time we've won the Community Shield in the save so far. So I can add that to the Carabao Cup and the 2 FA Cups we've had so far in the save as well. Don't really count it, to be honest. I will be totally honest. But either way, still nice to start off with a win regardless. But that went into this episode of the Realistic CM, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode of the Realistic Career Mode, then please do drop a like. Most love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you for the next episode very soon. Well, we'll make some new signings with the Gunners for Season 3 at the Emirates Stadium and also play our first games in the Premier League as well. Very soon.